Well, I eventually parked there, and Mandy's setup is there. And I spoke to Nick, who owns the site, and he said there's no rain forecast, and if you do need to go out when it's a bit damp, go out backwards. So we'll try. And there's the entrance over there. I should explain that the motorhome is front wheel drive, and they're notorious for wheel spin on the front wheels, and his suggestion to go up backwards, of course, makes the vehicle a rear wheel drive vehicle, and sure enough it worked when I left. Here's Mandy's little setup with her little motorhome, little gazebo thing, and Karen's tent, and Mandy's got her cooking stuff and the bar just down there. Oh, there's the kitchen cum bar, and the kitchen comprises this stand here, the one here with the cooker on the top, and a little workbench down there with things that she's going to prepare, and most importantly down here, the bar, and the little sort of larder thing there.
Oh God.
Soft drinks underneath, electric kettle, everything you need. And there's the back of little Rosalie. That's where Mandy's bed is. A little Luna over there. Hello, Luna. Hello. That is pretty. Good morning. It's Sunday, the 4th of April, and I'm having my second cup of tea. I woke up after a really good night's sleep. I went to bed very early, and I woke up at 5:30, and it's coming up to 7 o'clock, and I slept okay, but although a little bit chilly when I woke up. But the ladies, oh dear, look at this. There's Mandy's motorhome, and that is not condensation on the windscreen, it is ice. And behind that is Karen in a tent. And I can imagine that they've both been cold, although maybe Karen more than Mandy. Now, I could have been as warm as toast in here, but unfortunately the heater in this motorhome is diesel, and they make an enormous amount of noise when they first start up. They quieten down once they get warm. They do quieten down. But when I came back to the van last evening, I put it on, and the next thing is Mandy was here. Oh, you can't have that noise coming. Oh, it's terrible. So I thought I started to say it gets quieter later on, but no, I thought no, just switch it off, turn it off, and get the electric heater out, because you've got mains electricity plugged in. So I've been working with mains electricity, but I've only been drawing 1 kilowatt, sorry, and it's just kept the chill off the van. Still chilly enough. Anyway, when they wake up, I'll put the heater on properly, and they can put up with the noise while they have their breakfast. So I'm going to do some breakfast in a minute. I shall have to, let's see what we're going to have. Egg, bacon maybe. Lovely. Not long ago, taken the ladies a cup of tea down, or a mug of tea down each. But I think they're going to be wrapped up in their sleeping bags for quite some time, because it is cold down there, cold. So I think they'll want to stay warm, and it's only just 8 o'clock. But since I've been up since 5:30, I think I'm going to make my breakfast. A few rashers of bacon in there. Add a couple of eggs, enjoy. Oh, that'll be a good breakfast, and I'm all washed up. Get myself washed and dressed and get this day started. Well, it's now 9:30 on Sunday morning, and when the ladies are ready, we're off down to the beach. There's Sammy. Hello, Sammy. Hello, Sammy. And look who's there. Look, Tilly in her pyjamas. Hello, Tilly. Hello, little girl. In your pyjamas, are you? Good girl. Good girl. Hello, little Luna. Are you in your pyjamas as well? Oh. Well, there's the campsite, and we're off down to the beach. And I'm going to try and walk it down the lane here. I'll walk to the beach. It takes you past that campsite there and down the path here. Nice walk. Probably about, I don't know, I'll measure it when I get back. Well, I think it's about half a mile, something like that. In amongst all this natural, untended forest, woodland, and suddenly there is a magnificent magnolia tree. That's beautiful. I continue our walk along there, and then you come to this view of the castle. So we have the castle on the left hand side of the track, and on the right hand side of the track the dovecot, the Manorbier dovecot, from egg to table in 4 weeks. That's a bit unkind, isn't it? Oh, for those who want to read, just hold the video there and again there. We now take a look inside the dovecot, up this little track here and in through that door. That's, oh, a bit of a struggle. Here we go. Inside, it's very dark. And if you didn't see the notice board, it was home to about 250 birds. There we are. And so down to the beach. But at the moment the tide is fairly well in, and all that sandy area that you could see yesterday that went right out to that headland, it's all underwater now. We're just left with this pebble beach for the time being.
Sam.
7,432 years ago there was an art academy just up there, and I found this little bit of art that was done by one of the students. Get off there, Sammy. It's my art. Please, anyway, there it is, and the instructor or the professor, he was telling the chap, layer it this way and then layer it that way, and so he got all these nice white lines. When it was done, of course it was a hell of a lot bigger, but the waves have all worn it down. If you believe that story, you'll believe anything. I've left the ladies and the dogs down on the beach, and I'm heading back to Gwendolyn and the campsite because I can't walk very fast, and so I reckon they'll probably catch me up before I get there. And I'm hoping to get my electric bike going and get into Manorbier village and get some shots of the castle from the front, because the ones that you've just seen here are from the back, a bit flat, boring. But anyway, we'll see what happens. Oh, it's a nice walk, this. Oh, not too far to go now. Looking at pretty things like that. Isn't that lovely? It's not too far to go now, and my legs are just about finished, so I shall be pleased to sit down for a few minutes. Well, there's the castle from the front, but it's all closed up now, due to COVID. Flying the Welsh flag, lovely. Having looked at the castle, it's now back on my trusty little bike and up into the village, to the shop. Well, this is the local store, and there's a queue to get in, so we have to wait. Now meet Kieran. He's the campsite owner's son, does a lot of the maintenance, and he's a great character. So, what's this tunnel story all about?
Right, so...
I've not started recording yet. I can't see. Anyway, I can't see. Yes, I have. Yeah, right. So what's this tunnel story all about?
Right,
then?
okay, so, me and my friend were on our motorcycles, and we took a wrong turn and went onto a one-way road that went from Spain into Italy. Okay?
You right on that one, Trev?
And we couldn't go the other way, we couldn't turn back because it was a one-way road, it was as simple as that. And it was like 30 euros just to get onto the road, right? And you go through this tunnel, and the tunnel was about 10 kilometres, right? But it got super hot when you were in the tunnel, like unbearably hot. We had to take our jackets off, lifting our helmets up just to be able to breathe, it was that hot. And I said, it was that hot because we're going down and we're more close to the planet's core, right? Simon said, no, it's just because there's a lot of lorries in here. I said, no, the exhaust fumes from lorries, that can't be the reason that this tunnel is so hot. It has to be because we're closer to the planet's core. And he wasn't having any of it. And apparently neither are you.
No, I'm not. Are you? That is the most scientific explanation I have ever heard.
But it has to be. Like, there's no way that exhaust fumes and the heat from engines from lorries doing their blah 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 trips.
So when you came out the other side, were you still on the surface of the Earth?
Yes.
So you didn't actually go below the surface of the Earth?
Yes, because the tunnel does that.
Wow, that's a long way down that was.
Yeah, the tunnel
How far down do you reckon that was?
Till he's in there.
Oh, maybe 1.5 kilometres.
Kilometre? Oh!
But that's enough to increase the heat for you not to be able to breathe. Surely. It couldn't have been the exhaust fumes from the lorries that made it that hot.
Karen, that's a lovely story. Stick to it.
I'm just going to go with it. We were closer to the planet's core, and that's why it was hot.
Wonderful.
Thank you very much. My name's...
Don't call it
well, now, right at the moment, I'm waiting for dinner, lunch, and look, I bought this bottle from the shop at lunchtime, and it's gone already, and it's a ½ litre bottle, and the culprits are this gentleman here, and that gentleman there, and the two ladies who have disappeared somewhere.
They've gone to do naughty things.
They've probably fallen over drunk. But anyway, we're waiting for lunch, and the kitchen is empty.
Yeah.
They're quite sizable. Yeah. So to serve them,
and now that the gin bottle is half empty,
them whole to start with.
And we have one guest over there.
Have you obviously been in the chefing game? Or?
Looking very
This recipe was given to me by the food tech
Mandy, doing okay.
specialist.
Karen, doing okay.
What, Marks and Spencer's.
I'm doing okay.
Okay.
And I
but this one here,
for about
it's fast asleep.
in a
Okay.
in a food processing plant,
The artist.
taking in the raw materials, checking them.
Well, the return journey was uneventful and would have been a pleasant drive had it not been for some very strong crosswinds which blew Gwendolyn out of it. But next week I'm hoping to be able to go abroad to England and go and see my family. So it's going to be a several day job, that one. And I hope that you'll come along and join me on that one. So please, if you haven't already, press the subscribe button And if you want to be notified when I put the videos up for that trip, press the little bell and you'll be notified. So thanks very much for watching, and enjoy the freedom that we have at the moment. Let's hope it keeps up. Goodbye everybody.